Welcome everybody to a new episode of the Startup Show. Today I have the big pleasure to introduce you to the two co-founders of Yooture, Martin and Claudio. Welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome back to a new episode of the Startup Show. Today I'm here in the middle of Zurich visiting an interesting startup called Yooture. Today I'm here with the co-founders Claudio and Martin. But before we're getting into the show, I quickly want to tell you this is probably one of the biggest concerns that you have as a university student. What kind of job you're getting once you're finishing your school. But before we are understanding what your startup is all about, let's give us a little bit of background. Maybe Martin, we'll just start with you.
Yeah, sure. My name is Martin Scherrer. I'm co-founder together with Claudio of Yooture. I'm originally a Liechtensteiner who moved to Zurich more than 20 years ago. Went to university here, then made a career as a strategy and management consultant. After that, was working at the bank in project management for 8 years before then finally founding this company, which I guess we'll talk a bit later on how it came to it. Besides working, which takes a lot of time these days, I'm an avid skier, snowboarder, and do a lot of biking, mountain biking, road biking, and all that. So that's me.
Yeah. When you were at this decision point where you had to say I'm continuing my, let's say, classical Swiss career or going into founding your own company, what were your thoughts in this moment?
Well, actually, it was not a very conscious decision. It was more like not a coincidence, but besides working, we met for lunches on a regular basis. And one of those lunches, after 8 years with UBS, I was a bit fed up with it and thought, okay, it's time to do something new. And I told Claudia, hey, look, I'm up for something new, and it would be cool to do your own company, but you would need to have an idea. And then he started to grin and said, hey, I have an idea which I'm thinking about for quite a while now. And he told me about this idea.
So wait with the idea. Let's get before you tell us the idea, let's first hear about your co-founder.
Absolutely. Yeah, my name is Claudio, and originally I come from the eastern part of Switzerland, from St. Gallen or near St. Gallen. I studied there, and then later on I went to Zurich, worked for UBS for 10 years in the IT department, and then I got to know Martin, who was actually my business partner, and we did advisory solutions together. Mm-hmm. And then after these 10 years, as Martin said before, we started with Yooture. I live still in Zurich. I have family, 2 kids. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, very good. So who wants to explain us a little bit about what Yooture is all about?
Well, actually, you had the idea, but...
Okay, I start. Okay, as Martin said, one day we sat in a restaurant having a lunch, and then... Martin said, yeah, I really have to do something else, but you just have to have an idea. And I said, I have an idea. And the idea was about, from a personal experience, I always thought, I was very happy with my job, but always looking around a little bit, what else could I do? And I found it extremely difficult because I had no time to search a lot. I had a job which was quite exhausting. I didn't have any time to look around, and I didn't find a platform very instantly, very easily get jobs, like matched jobs. You don't have to search for jobs; you just get jobs, like in a dating app. Mm-hmm. There are 2 parties, they want to find together, and it works. And with jobs, it's still very cumbersome to do so. And I told Martin, yeah, why not to do a job app where there is a matching, where 2 parties find each other. And then Martin said, yeah, let's sleep another 2 nights and then decide what to do. And after 2 days, we still thought it's a good idea. And then we quit our jobs and started off with the idea
of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe give us a little bit of a life example. Like take me as a St. Gallen University student. I guess you also studied there. Yeah. I'm about to finish, let's say, in a year and a half times from now. how can I use your app to find my next job or my first job, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, first you download the app. That's step number one.
Yeah.
It's available for iOS and Android. We're now also working on a web version of it because we found that there are also people who are not comfortable using just the app. And then basically it's very easy. The whole principle behind is that we say, okay, look, if we know what your professional profile looks like, what is your experience, you might have done some internships, what are your professional skills, what have you learned in those internships, but also at university. If we understand that, which we call your professional me, we then can propose jobs to you. So you don't need to search for jobs, but just based on that knowledge of your profile, we match suitable jobs for you. And it's just like a stream of suitable jobs which we propose to you, which we think suit your profile best. Mm-hmm. And then the cool thing is we have kind of two types of jobs on our platform. We have a crawler, so it's like an intelligent aggregator. We cover about 95% of all jobs which are somewhere online in Switzerland. So out of that universe, we pick the ones which we think they are the ones for you. We show them to you. But then on the other hand, we also have corporate clients who post directly to our platform. Mm-hmm. And for those jobs, the cool thing is that the making of connection between the two sites is very easy. So if you see one of those corporate jobs which you think you like, you just show interest on the app. In the moment you do that, the corporate is informed that you're interested in that job. They look at your profile. If they like it, they send you a request to connect. And if you agree that, there's a communication channel opening and you can agree the next step. So it's very instant. It's not this traditional way of, okay, lots of effort going into writing a CV, writing a cover letter, sending it somewhere. You never hear back. You don't know where else. It's very instant, right? Yeah. And that's basically what we wanted to do in the beginning. We thought that besides the matching logic, which we think needs to be there today to bring those sides together, we also said, okay, the current process is too cumbersome. It needs to be quicker and easier, especially in the initial phase.
Let's say I'm using your app, and where do you stand, like say, when I'm going on it right now, I find a job, then what's hard for me is to put my, my personality into this profile. Is there any assistance in terms of like how you can profile a certain person without saying like, look, this person is UBS, Credit Suisse, and another bank, much rather than this guy has a passion, let's say for me, for venture capital, a passion for startups. How can you reflect that in the profile of a candidate?
We have two kind of jobs. We have like the passion jobs, as you said, and we have more the mind jobs. And this is more, the mind jobs is more like your CV. What did you do in the past? What are your skills? Yeah. But then also we have passion jobs, and they reflect your hobbies, your interests. So if you say you are you like to go outdoor skiing or outdoor sports, and you're a project manager in your professional life, then it could well be that we propose a project leader job at North Face to you. Yeah. So we try to combine passions, but also your skills, because if we just would propose the only passion jobs to you, then you would say, yeah, but that doesn't fit my skills. So we try to combine this. That's one thing you do, and I think candidates very much like it because they see jobs they never see on other platforms. And that's one thing. And the other thing, which is very relevant, which is not reflected yet, is more like the so-called soft skills. I mean, this is quite hard to do, but we have some plans, or we want to do in the future also to have some certain things which reflecting your personality, which could also influence the whole job stream. But we are not there yet.
Okay. One of the things that I like to talk about is entrepreneurship, especially I think here in Switzerland. It's something that is definitely something that we still have to get there a little bit. Now, when you're starting off, I mean, one of the challenges is definitely looking around. What else is there on the market? A few weeks back, I did an interview with an Israeli startup called Jovo. They do like some kind of similar things, but these videos only. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you probably heard about them. Mm-hmm. But like LinkedIn is probably also a very big competitor. How do you deal with this competition? How do you get up in the morning and say like, I couldn't care less about the competition? What's your mindset? Because that's, I'm asking this because my audience are thinking of probably going into entrepreneurship. Yeah. And one of the biggest things is how do you deal with the competitors?
Yeah, look, I think it's a bit of a. It was also for us a learning curve because obviously you start off with this idea and you think, wow, that's super unique idea, nobody else had it, and then you start working on it and you look at the market and you realize that there is competition, and I think we're very much convinced with very, very few exemptions. For whatever idea you will have, there is competitors around, right? And I think there's just two things. I think you need to be better than the other ones. It's a lot about execution, right? It's not just the idea. The most unique idea that doesn't help you if you do not excel in the execution. So it's about being better than other ones and just having some twists to it. Find a bit of your niche, what makes you special. For example, if you compare us to LinkedIn, yes, LinkedIn has a job search app. They don't have nothing in the area of passion jobs, for example. They're very much restricted when it comes to the job universe because they only serve jobs which people put on LinkedIn. So you always find also differentiation towards the competition. And in the end, I think it's important to have an eye on competitors because you need to know where's the market moving. Competitors can but also be partners in cooperation, so that's also good to know what they're up to. But then don't make yourself crazy about it. Just do your thing, run and do it well, and then I think you'll succeed.
When you decided to leave your steady job, is your steady income, how does that feel in the first few months when you say like, okay, like maybe I have to cut back financially, or maybe there are certain things that it's not affordable at the moment? I mean, that's definitely one of the thoughts that I keep hearing from people, especially as a student. They say like, well, I need to afford my lifestyle somehow, whatever the lifestyle level might be. But how do you deal with that in the first few months of entrepreneurship?
The good thing was that we worked quite long for a big bank, and I could save some money.
Yeah.
I mean that's a luxury to have money because we invested like in the first year we invested our own money. We didn't earn anything, and that's not easy. And you have to cut down your spendings, and it's a very healthy process. I mean, it's good to come down a little bit and do something else, and for me it was okay.
Okay, very good. So thank you very much for being on the show. I wish you best of luck. I hope in a year and a half I will be able to use your app and
Absolutely.
you will show me my dream job. And thank you very much for being on the show. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Startup Show today with Claudio and Martin from Yooture. And I'll see you very soon with another episode. Have a good day, everybody.